Good Sunday morning, fellow shippers. It's March 30th, beautiful spring-like day here in Farmington. Glad to be here and have you all with us. And I want to remind you all that you are a magnificent and unique, radiant aspect of the divine. And so am I sometimes. So we have today Bonnie Grace, who is going to give our talk as one of our guests. We got Ellen here too. Good morning, Ellen. And we've got the usual peanut gallery, along with Margaret, who's going to do our music. And Kate Ryan is doing our, what do we call that, choreography? No, videography, sound and all that, and she's being backed up with Jerry Lard. And we have the kids here today, so we've got a pretty much full boat. And we have some attendees on Zoom. Can you hear me now, Don?
Loud and clear, great.
Okay, very good. And we've got Gaia, Yvette. Hi, Yvette. So we'll start off with, and here comes Bill Clark. Very good. And so we'll start off with Margaret Cheesebro doing her prelude, which is Fill My Cup, Lord, by Richard Blanchard. Wow. Beautifully done, Margaret. Beautifully done. Okay, now we'd like to have an opening prayer. Does anybody care to step up and say one? How about you people out in the internet there on Zoom? Anybody want to put a prayer out there for an opening prayer? Oh, here comes Jerry. Do you want to sit down, Jerry?
Please close your eyes and listen. Father, your peace is mine. What need have I to fear that anything can rob me of what you would have me keep? I cannot lose your gifts to me, and so the peace you gave is with me still, in quietness and in my own eternal love for you. Namaste.
Thank you, Jerry. Namaste. Okay, we have yet another song by Margaret, and it's We Stand on Holy Ground, and it is on our binder.
We stand on holy ground. We stand on holy ground. Wherever on this earth we stand on holy ground. This is a sacred land. This is a sacred land. Wherever on this earth we stand, this is a sacred land. We cherish all that lives. We cherish all that lives. Wherever on this earth we stand, we cherish all that lives. Within the web of life, within the web of life, wherever on this earth we stand, within the web of life.
Thank you, Margaret. Okay, now we're going to have our reflection moment, and if you can read along with me, written by Midge Jones. Love produces a flow of energy that I now feel. I love others more than ever, and I feel privileged to be here. Love flows from one person to another as we create an atmosphere of holiness. And so it is. Okay, I'm going to do a spiritual reading, and it's just kind of an ad-lib thing. And what I'm going to do is share one of the last chapters of the book we're reading. And the title of it's a short chapter. The title of this chapter is Prepare to Start Again. The book is The Obstacle is the Way, written by Ryan Holiday. It's about Stoicism, which has become an increasingly fascinating subject for me. So this is one last chapter here. Prepare to start again. Here's the quote: live on in your blessings. Your destiny's been won, but ours calls us from one ordeal to the next. And that's by Virgil. The great law of nature is that it never stops. There is no end. Just when you think you're successfully navigated one obstacle, another emerges. But that's what keeps life interesting. And as you're starting to see, that's what creates opportunities. Life is a process of breaking through these impediments, a series of fortified lines that we must break through. Each time you'll learn something. Each time you'll develop strength, wisdom, and perspective. Each time, a little more of the competition falls away, until all that is left is you, the best version of you. As the Haitian proverb goes, behind the mountains are more mountains. Elysium is a myth. One does not overcome an obstacle to enter the land of no obstacles. On the contrary, the more you accomplish, the more things will stand in your way. There are always more obstacles, bigger challenges. You're always fighting uphill. Get used to it and train accordingly. Knowing that life is a marathon and not a sprint is important. Conserve your energy. Understand that each battle is only one of many, and that you can use it to make the next one easier. More important, you must keep them all in real perspective. Passing one obstacle simply says you're worthy of more. The world seems to keep throwing them at you once it knows you can take it, which is good, because we get better with every attempt. Never rattled, never frantic, always hustling and acting with creativity. Never anything but deliberate. Never attempting to do the impossible, but everything up to that line. Simply flipping the obstacles that life throws at you by improving in spite of them, because of them. And therefore, no longer afraid, but excited, cheerful, and eagerly anticipating the next round. And that's what we're doing here, anticipating the next round, which is Song 111 in our hymnal, which Margaret is going to play, is called Living Abundantly. Boy, how much better.
Living abundantly, living with grace, living the truth every day, every hour. To Spirit, my way is revealed, moment by moment, oh Lord, I am healed. Moment by moment, I live in God's light. Moment by moment, I'm guided aright, ever renewed in mind, body, and soul. Moment by moment, O Lord, I am whole. Proving the law as I do God's good will, proving the promise that faith can fulfill, praying for wisdom in all that I do. Moment by moment, I'm one, Lord, with you. Moment by moment, I live in God's light. Moment by moment, I'm guided aright, ever renewed in mind, body, and soul. Moment by moment, O Lord, I am whole.
Thank you, Margaret. And now I am honored to present Bonnie Grace, a good friend of ours, and she's going to give her talk today called Freedom of the Soul. So Bonnie, if you'll come up, I'll give you the chair here. Want me to pin this on you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Will it go in here?
I think it will. If you don't mind me just put it right there.
Okay.
Is that good?
Is that good? Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we do. Can I clear grab some of this for you.
Thanks.
Oh, this is your little
That's
bell.
mine.
That's cool.
This is my bell Ellen gave to me, which is very special. Before my talk today, I wanted to share a story with all of you. It's something very sacred that I experienced. You can't hear me?
Can you boost that microphone without?
Can I get closer to this?
Well, yeah, both of them, both would help. The one only goes over the internet. Let me pin this up here. Oh, then it falls out. Okay, I'm almost there. Okay, now try.
Okay, is that any better? Can you hear me back there?
And at home, we can hear you fine.
Okay.
Thank you, Don.
Because my voice isn't very loud naturally, and if I, I don't want to feel like I'm shouting. But, okay, as I was saying, before I started the talk today, I wanted to share a story that, an experience that happened to me a few months ago. And it was a very spiritual experience. It was, and one of the reasons I haven't shared it with anyone, because it's very sacred to me. I felt very blessed to have it. And it's hard to adequately articulate the presence of God in words, but I will endeavor to do my best. I was it was a normal day, started out like any other, and I had gone into a movie theater. And I saw with my physical eye, not with my third eye, but with my physical eye, I saw everybody in the whole theater had this golden glow, golden column running through their center, through their chakra center, just all through their body. And I not only saw it physically, but I experienced it. I experienced that liquid golden light that they all were. And their bodies were just there, but they weren't their bodies. They were this golden light, this sacred holiness. And I thought, I can't tell anybody because they're gonna think I'm crazy. And and then, as I said earlier, I wanted to keep it inside of me for as long as I can, but I thought it needed to be shared. And not only the column of light, but there was a solid circle of light. It wasn't a halo like you see this way, but it was a solid circle surrounding their heads. And their face was just like imposed on this light. The light was in back of them. Again, it wasn't them, the light was them, but their face was in back of this light. And it was just the most incredible thing I've ever experienced. I've always been able to feel people's energies, always. I've always been real sensitive to energies. And I've seen things, auras with my third eye, but I've never seen anything with my physical eye. And that was just such a confirmation for me. And then that same day, I had gone to lunch with a friend of mine, and it was right next door to a cookie store. And she had mentioned that her son had died a couple of years ago, and she had mentioned that when she went into that cookie store, that her son's favorite cookie was chocolate chip. And she said, so I had to get I had to get a chocolate chip cookie. And I said, you ate a cookie for him. And her face she had this smile on her face, and she just beamed. She didn't say anything, she just beamed. And this warm glow again, I saw it with my physical eye, this warm glow. I mean, her face just from inside, just flowed golden liquid light. And again, I felt it, I experienced it. I don't know if she experienced it. And again, I don't know why I didn't say anything to her then, but I just felt like I needed to keep it inside for a while. And then she was talking about something that, and it doesn't matter what the thing is, but something that really made her happy. Because the happiness isn't the thing itself, it's how you feel about it. And as she was describing it, I saw, again, with my physical eye, I saw sparklets of light just shooting up inside of her, like fireworks. And they were colored and golden and just shooting, and I could feel the happiness inside of her. And it was all just from that simple thing that when I said you ate a cookie for him. So you never know what you might say to someone that you know, because I had no idea I was going to say it. It just came out. Sorry. And so you never know what you might say to someone that touches them in that way. And on another occasion, I was in a store just shopping, and I have to preface this with, I wasn't, a lot of times I'll have experiences when I'm in meditation, in deep meditation, but I hadn't been in meditation. It was just, in fact, I was kind of down that day myself. And this gift was given to me. But I was walking in a store, and there was a little girl, maybe about 4. And to the normal society, she would be considered disfigured and you know, and homely. And but that was the most radiant being I had ever seen. I mean, she just had this glow, this light that just radiated out of her, and it filled the whole room. And again, it was just, as I'm trying to say it, I feel the words are inadequate to express it. It was just, and this is our being, this is who we are. So I wanted to share that, and, because it's still, even talking about it, I feel I feel it just talking about it. So you have to excuse me if I refer to my notes, but the title of the book today is Freedom of the Soul. And I wanted to say of the soul because a lot of people equate the word freedom with absence of war or bondage, and which that is that also. But on a deeper level, we want to go and experience our inner freedom. Freedom from the mind, freedom from the story of who we think we are. According to the Vedanic tradition, the world is apparent, like water in a mirage. That freedom is an awareness that everyone, whether rich, poor, healthy or sick, learned or illiterate, men or women, happy or unhappy, in truth, we are all the infinite, eternal self. The human beings are hypnotized by the Maya or illusion, and one has to dehypnotize oneself to be free. There is no concept of sin or sinner, since the all-pervading divine existence, pure consciousness, dwells within us. And I had a confirmation of this when I saw what I just shared with you. And I was and I was shown it and experienced it, not just on a conceptual level or a belief level, but as a reality. We all are the infinite and the embodiment of pure divine consciousness. The mind is like space. It seems to be everything. It seems to transcend everything. But in reality, it does not exist. It is not consciousness. It appears in consciousness. Doubt, desire to resolve, shame, intelligence, and fear are all of the mind. Also, surrender is essential to experience freedom. So what does surrender mean? It means giving up the effort to try and fix the emotions, to fix the energies. That's part of the mind agenda, to want to fix things, the ego, to become something more. The one that's free of it and the identification with it. When you can recognize that right now, in this moment, none of that is who you really are. When you are free regardless of how many thoughts are present or any trauma in the body, when you disidentify from it, you realize, I am aware of that which is, so I cannot be that. And what is the nature of awareness? The nature of awareness is peace. The mind makes up stories of what should or shouldn't be happening. But we don't have to align with that. We don't have to buy into those stories. Just see it for what it is, just a story. When you don't align with the story, you can more easily rest in your own inner peace and live from your heart. Live from that love and light and presence within you. And it's essential to love yourself unconditionally, which is really a tough one. But it's essential to strive to do that. If you love yourself the way you love your child, or the way you love your dog, the way I love my dog, or the way your dog loves you, that unconditional, truly unconditional. The dog doesn't care what you look like or what you think about yourself. It just loves. And we need to learn to love ourselves that way. Not for what we look like, not for what we think we have done in the past or didn't do in the past or what I'm not doing now, but right now as we are. And go to that little 5-year-old child within you and hug that little 5-year-old child within. Treat it kindly. So when you love yourself, it empowers you to love others. When you love yourself, you glow from within. Everything and others start with how you feel about yourself. I go into these, I spend most of my mornings in silence because that's where silence and stillness is where I'm with God. But I go into these, even if I'm not in meditation, sometimes I'll go into these, what I call spontaneous samadhi. Samadhi is a Sanskrit word for peace and joy and bliss. And it just, all of a sudden, it just there. And I kind of melt into it. And this is one of the things that came through me while I was in one of those samadhis. Again, the words don't adequately describe it, but I tried to describe it as much as I could. As grace tenderly touches my lips, I am kissed by its illuminating embrace. We speak to you of the divinity of your own being. Awaken to who you truly are, the I am that I am. The effervescence of your joy bubbles up from within. I am the peace that permeates every cell. Atom and molecule of existence. You are the light of the moon and the reflection of the moon, rippling on still waters, and you are the moon. O beloved ones, open your minds and your hearts and allow grace to touch your lips. Know this is who you truly are. Rumi said, we were once particles of light. Now we are radiant beings. We are light beings, radiant beings of light, We were once particles of light. Now we are beings of light, radiating love. Live beyond praise and blame. Remember God is the doer, the source of all things. So your freedom comes when you remember God, when you remember the source, when you remember the light within, into which everything is born, in which everything returns. So if you'd like, close your eyes and silently, with love, say to yourself, I am the soul of love. I am the heart of peace. I am the mind of stillness. I am a being of light. And we have time for a short meditation. If you'd like, close your eyes. Take a few long, deep, cleansing breaths. And just breathe normally. Become aware of your breath. For in that breath is the essence of all that is. In stillness I come. In stillness where I abide. From stillness I come. Into stillness I return. I embody this peace and expand into infinite particles of light, vast and free. You are the infinite, eternal, profound stillness, never-ending presence, peace, the essence of who you really are. Be in that perpetual stillness. Be in the presence of this stillness. You are at peace, profound stillness, never-ending presence, peace. This experience of stillness of your being is your life lived and experienced as your soul, who you really are, what you really are, why you really are. Today, I embrace this stillness as my truth. I am free in this stillness. I am free in this peace. And I heard this is a short little song, and that I heard by Karen Drecker that I thought fit into this, and you can catch on. It just repeats itself, so after a few times, if you'd like to join me, you can. All is well, I can rest, I am safe, all is well, all is well, I can rest, I am safe, all is well, all is well, I am safe, I can rest, all is well, all is well, I am safe, I can rest, all is well. One more time. All is well, I am safe, I can rest, all is well. Namaste.
Hold it. We gotta take that.
Oh.
You got it? There. I'm afraid that's, oh, there, I got it, okay. I'm gonna say this for you. Thank you, Bonnie, and thanks for coming and giving our talk today. And very, very good blessing and elucidating. We really appreciate you being here. Hope to see more of you. It's wonderful. Any comments from the peanut gallery?
I love the meditation.
Yes, I love the meditation too. Thank you.
Bonnie, you were glowing up there.
Yep,
You were glowing up there.
yep. She was glowing.
I felt it, I felt that presence.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Thanks again. Next, we have Margaret. And she's doing We Have Heard the Joyful Sound, which is Song 131.
We have heard the joyful sound. Jesus heals, Jesus heals. Spread the tidings all around. Jesus heals, Jesus heals. Bear the news to every land. Heal the earth in homage kneels. Onward 'tis the Lord's command. Jesus heals, Jesus heals. Wafted on the rolling tide, Jesus heals, Jesus heals. Tell the nations far and wide, Jesus heals, Jesus heals. Sing ye islands of the sea, till mankind the glory feels. Earth shall keep her jubilee. Jesus heals, Jesus heals. Give the winds a mighty voice. Jesus heals, Jesus heals. Let the nations now rejoice. Jesus heals, Jesus heals. Shout the tidings full and free. Christ his love to man reveals, till our song of victory. Jesus heals, Jesus heals.
Thank you, Margaret. Okay. Now further in our, next is our celebration of abundance. And I will get, oh, thank you, Bill. Bill's going to step up and pick up the plate here. Okay, and so repeat along with me for our celebration of abundance. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive through infinity. I am prosperous. Okay, and the next thing on our list here is children. So if somebody could please give the children, or thank you, Bill. Then we will prepare for them coming out. Here comes the kids. We're blessed with nothing. Come on in. Here's our young ladies. Yay. So what are you doing for us today?
What are you reading out of?
I'm reading out of Mountains, Meadows, and Moonbeams, and I'm reading out of Mountains, Meadows, and Moonbeams, and I'm reading The Tale of the Ant. Some people say I'm tiny, but I will not be whiny. Some people say I'm very small. Really, I'm quite exceptional.
If you only knew me, I'm sure you would agree that I am very strong, and about me, you were wrong.
Even though I am so wee, I have a great big family. When you see us in your yard, we are working very hard.
Just because I'm little, I shouldn't be belittled. Even though I live in the dirt, my feelings are very easily hurt.
In God's plan, I play my part, and very tender is my heart. Next time you're walking on a spree, please think to step over me.
Lesson. The little ant is one of the God's smallest creatures of nature. Even though the ant is so tiny, it still has very important part to play in the whole way that nature works together. God doesn't want us hurting any of his animals or living creatures. They all have energy and are a part of the world living and breathing life of our planet Earth. We should stop to think about that little ant that we're about to step on. It has energy. It has a reason for living. It is busy at a job for its own community. It has life. We must all forms of life. Just because something is smaller than we are does not mean that it's not important. It doesn't mean that we can't just kill it because it won't matter. It does matter. Please always remember to love the life in all of God's little creatures. If you can do this, you will grow up to be a kind and peaceful adult who will respect and love all of people too.
All right. Got more.
Today in class, we decided to paint pictures on a puzzle, and then we're going to put them together another time.
All right. Good to hear. Thank you, girls. Appreciate it. Keep up the good work. Okay. Any announcements from the congregation?
Well, I have one.
Okay.
The bulletin says that there's going to be a drumming session for Sue Breeze this coming Friday, but that was canceled due to lack of funding. So, sorry about that.
Potluck next week.
Oh, yes, next week we have potluck, and is Mark speaking again the first of the month? Okay, and Mark Wolf, so they kind of go hand in hand. I hope to see more attendance even then.
Also, we're going to go ahead and have a yard sale the first weekend in May.
Okay,
I think it's like the second and third, be a Friday and a Saturday. So start saving your stuff for us. Don't bring it here right away. We'll talk more about when you can bring it, but that's what we're leaning towards, is the first weekend in May.
okay. So the first weekend in May will be, Friday would be the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th.
Not the fourth, the Friday and Saturday.
Okay, just Friday and Saturday, so that'd be the 2nd and the 3rd. We'll have our yard sale here in the parking lot and throughout the church. Yes, so prepare to bring your stuff, and it can show up only Friday, right? That's the earliest we want to see it.
No, we don't need to see it right on Friday. I'm thinking the week before the yard sale, everybody can start bringing their stuff in and we'll just start putting it aside.
Uh-huh,
That way it's all here for
uh-huh.
us to be able to come in Thursday night and price and set everything up. So there's a little bit of organization behind it and we're not all overwhelmed on that Friday morning.
Okay, sounds good. So get with Rhonda and bring your stuff starting a week ahead of time. And yeah, of course, and Jerry. And we'll coordinate this and bring as much stuff as is feasible in the week prior. And then we'll be all set up for Friday. And I think that if we had bigger equipment, we could probably tarp it outside and keep it there also. So, okay. So we have now Bill with his closing thoughts.
Usually I can see myself, but I can't. So I guess I have to turn around. Good morning, everyone. Today's topic is providing the flame. Any committee is only as good as the most knowledgeable, determined, and vigorous person on it. There must be somebody who provides the flame. That's a quote from Lady Bird Johnson. Every gathering needs at least one person to be the spark to get things going. Whether they're at a party, an office, or a neighborhood meeting, we need someone to focus and energize the group. A single negative person can also put out that spark if we stand by and let it happen. Instead of responding to negativity with negativity, though, we can choose to help ignite the group once again. So I encourage you all to be the flame this week in your reading rooms. I can be the person who provides the flame if I set my mind to it. God bless, and everybody have a great week.
All right, I believe it's time for us to gather around, make our circle, and sing our songs for the closing here.
I'll join in a moment.
Okay. embracing our togetherness, presence. Amen.
Amen.
You pulled it off.
I need your picture. I got your picture, because I'm taking pictures for the website. Facebook. What time you do that?
I was thinking I might, if you guys
I was running my time.
It's Uruguay.
Love that.
Uruguay is eternal
Maybe the
from
first weekend.
Well, that's what I meant.
Yeah, okay, perfect, I would love to. And you come for potluck. That'll be great.
I applied, but they hired someone else.
It's good to see you.
Make sure you take pictures.
Yeah.
No, actually not reception, they moved me to a different desk where I focused more on doing accounts payable assistant.
See more. We're gonna get that speaker. Yeah, we'll get it better.
I'm training for accounts payable assistant.
Yeah, we're kind of going, I mean, the camera was one thing. We're working for it.
Oh, I saw that a
Well,
long
see,
time
I'm
ago, I saw
exactly where
that
we
car
are.
was already done. You know, it wasn't something I needed to do. As much as I wanted to,
You can't
it was
hide.
something I needed to do.
No more hiding.
Did you?
Thanks, Bonnie, for coming.
We love you, I like that you don't need the sun.
Looks like it's gonna be.
Oh, okay.
So do we need to start back on?
Why do you have to?
Thank you for coming out.
Yeah.
Good to have you.